So good morning, everybody. So we have some breaking news. Nikki Haley, UN ambassador, has stepped down. She is no longer the ambassador to the UN. She's done. So now I'm going to go to some speculation here because this is fun. We love to speculate here on the show. Okay, so there's a couple of different reasons why Haley might have resigned from her position. Now, one, you're definitely going to hear this from a lot of the, resistance and the mainstream pundits, is that she did so because she was in favor of sanctions on Russia. Oh, okay. Sanctions on Russia. In fact, there's a Daily Beast article here where they're basically giving her a lot of credit for basically being in favor of sanctions against Russia. Now, let's see. Let me give you some quotes here from the article. On Sunday, a forceful Haley said on CBS's Face the Nation that more sanctions against Russia were on the way. This time, she said Russian companies found to have aided the Syrian regime of Bashar al-Assad in producing chemical weapons would be punished. Haley said an announcement from Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin would be forthcoming on Monday. Instead, when Monday rolled around, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders disarmed the threat, saying, "We're considering additional sanctions on Russia, and a decision will be made in the near future." So what that means is that, according to these guys, Nikki Haley made the promise of strong Russian, anti-Russian sanctions, and then was disarmed by the president. So she was undercut, and now she's like, well, how dare the administration undercut my authority and about these sanctions that they promised to put on Russia? I guess I will now resign in shame and become an anti-Trumper. So that's the narrative that you're going to hear, right? So now, here's what you're probably not going to hear. It's also been reported yesterday that the Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington asked to launch an investigation into Nikki Haley and her taking apparently private flights on taxpayer money. Or not taxpayer money, I think from donors. So now the 7 free flights were between New York, Washington, D.C., and 3 cities in the former governor's home state of South Carolina. CRW, this is according to The Hill, wrote in a statement that the total value of the flights is unknown, but estimates that they are worth tens of thousands of dollars. So this would be a case of corruption. Federal ethics regulations ban employees from soliciting or accepting gifts because of their official positions. So she apparently got a lot of free flights from her donors or potential donors, and that is a conflict of interest. That is corruption. Now, Haley says, "Oh no! I'm personal friends with these people, and they weren't. I'm not going to benefit from them. I mean, my position has nothing to do with their business interests, so it can't be corruption." I don't know about that. Crew wrote in its request that the men are executives at various companies and all appear to have made contributions to Haley's gubernatorial campaigns in South Carolina. In this case, Ambassador Haley's relationships with these individuals appear to have significant political and professional components. That's according to the Crew report. Fascinating. Now, while Haley's work at the United Nations may not directly link her to donors' business interests, Crew alleges that her close access with President Trump makes her a valuable contact for anyone affected by his administration's policies. So, here we go. I think that's the real reason that Nikki Haley stepped down, not because she is a paragon of virtue. She is the next part of the anti-Trump resistance. No, it's because she's corrupt. But of course, you could see her spin this into exactly what I said before. I'm the anti-Trump resistance. I want to set up a possible presidential run against Donald Trump in 2020. So if Donald Trump runs, I want to maybe challenge him from the right, because I'm a more centrist, I'm a more moderate Republican, when that's not actually true at all. A Republican is a Republican. She's deeply conservative. So, but let me go back to the Daily Beast article to show you, of course, how the media is going to fawn over Nikki Haley. Let me find this here. Let's see. I know I'm kind of reading this on the fly, so forgive me here. Let's see. Here we go. In the past year, this is Daily Beast, she has worked hard to overcome whatever shortfall she may have had in foreign policy experience and shown herself to be a credible and no-nonsense voice for America. She has shown herself to be what many saw when she was governor, presidential timber. Like Senator Kirsten Gillibrand and Senator Kamala Harris, the 46-year-old Haley represents a younger generation of politicians who could have a shot at being the first woman president. Again, Daily Beast, what did you expect from them? They are pro-establishment, and Nikki Haley is establishment. She's an establishment Republican. I'm very surprised that she was actually nominated to this post, which is actually a very important position. So it is interesting. So here they're saying Nikki Haley, president hero for stepping down from the Trump administration and then possible presidential timber. When I think in reality, it is her corruption. And that is the reason that she stepped down. But nobody's going to talk about that. Nobody's going to talk about how she took flights from her donors and that she serves her donors. That will be absent from the conversation. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. That is my take. And we'll see. We'll see if I'm right. We'll see if the media, the Daily Beast has already talked about this. I'm pretty sure MSNBC, CNN are going to step in and completely ignore the corruption allegations from Crew, from this watchdog group. So there's the news. Nikki Haley gone. I wonder who is going to replace her now. Interesting question. I don't have any speculation on that yet, but I know whoever it's going to be is probably going to end up being monstrous. That happens to be the trend in the Trump administration. So we might talk about it more on the show today. But all right, thanks guys for tuning in. You guys know when the show is, 3 p.m. Eastern, right here around the nation. Jeff Waldorf signing out.